This is breaking news.
Share that the 5 Long Island Railroad unions and the MTA were able to come together and reach a fair deal this evening. Now, negotiations are rarely easy, but I have a lot of respect for the collective bargaining process that unfolded over the last few days. And I always believed that we could reach a good, fair compromise, a contract that achieved 2 principles. Number 1, protecting affordability for Long Islanders and commuters while giving fair wages to the employees. And by working and negotiating together, we haven't reached that kind of deal. Now, this contract will ensure that 3,500 Long Island Railroad employees will be paid fairly for their labor. I want them to know this. I deeply value and respect the hard work they do. They're out there every single day making sure the job gets done. Their work is critical for the entire region, and they deserve a fair wage. I also would not accept a deal that would compromise affordability for Long Islanders. At a time when everything is going up, we all know the story, I was not going to allow taxes or fares to go up. And that's why we stood firm for a deal that would not require any additional fare increases or tax increases. Period. Full stop. Got it done. Now, the Long Island service will resume tomorrow at noon, with the full service time expected in time for the evening rush hour, and yes, in time for the Knicks game. Knicks fans will be able to take the trains to MSG tomorrow in time for Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. And finally, I want to thank so many people. I want to thank New Yorkers, Long Islanders particularly, who made all the accommodations, who had to work from home, who sacrificed, who had to put up with inconveniences. We are so grateful for their patience and understanding. And for those who helped us weather the storm over the last few days. To their employers who made the accommodations, helped get this done, the elected officials who helped get the word out. But I also want to say the MTA negotiating team, led by Jan LIRR, did an exceptional job. I want to thank every single one of them. And also the preparations that they came down to see over many days, going to the command centers and talking to the people that were deciding how many shuttle buses, how many trains should be additionally added onto the subway, how many workers need to be out there greeting people. The job was done like a military operation, and I was very impressed with that, Janice. I want to thank you and your entire team for anticipating the worst and preparing all of our commuters for a better experience than they would have had otherwise. I also want to thank our labor leaders who fought hard for a fair deal, and I respect them for that. They're looking out for their members. Also, Mario Salento, the state leader of the AFL-CIO, played an integral role in this. I think finally, the extra people who showed up every single day to make sure this ran smoothly. So we got the deal done. It was a very good night for everyone, and I'm really proud of the work that was accomplished by an extraordinary team and our partners in labor. Thank you.
Great night for New York, folks. A great night for Long Island. As the governor said, we're happy that the deal was done and the strike is ending at midnight tonight. Literally at midnight, the strike's going to be over, and there are people who are reporting to work in this hour and in hours to come to resume service. Rob will have more details about that. Listen, but I want to thank, there are a lot of thank yous tonight. I want to thank this governor, who encouraged the parties to stay at the table day after day through the night until we got it done. Her message was clear, that we had to find a deal that gave people fair raises, but didn't put the hit on the riders, the taxpayers, that didn't blow up the MTA's budget, which would have bad consequences for everybody. And I'm really proud that we were able to meet your challenge, Governor. People sometimes say elected officials are, we hear it, they're too quick to fold in financial negotiations. Not this governor, especially when issues of affordability are on the table, and that was very much what was at stake here. So I have a couple thank yous as well. My team, Long Island Railroad President Rob Free, Jay Patel, who is our CFO, she's the numbers lady, helped us to figure out where we were in all the iterations. Labor Relations honcho Anita Miller, who's right there, and her partner, Kelly Coughlin, Chief Customer Officer, Shanifa Riera. Governor, you know her. She was the one who put together so much of that shuttle bus service, along with the leaders in New York City Transit, and of course, our MTA Major Domo, whatever his title, John McCarthy. And a special shout out to the one-of-a-kind wizard that we all rely on in labor relations drama, wherever you are, Gary DeLaverson. So bravo. Listen, everybody at the agency who put together the shuttle bus operation, which, Governor, that shuttle bus operation we scrambled and put together on a few days' notice is as big as bus operations in almost every other city in the United States. So most of all, as the governor already said, I want to thank the Long Island Railroad riders who endured a few days of uncertainty and a lot of inconvenience. There is no passenger railroad in this country that has come back better and harder than the Long Island Railroad, and we have ridership to show for it. And we are so proud to be able to resume what is our core mission, which is to serve those 3 million Long Islanders wherever they need to go. So thank you, Governor, and thank you to everybody, including the labor leaders on the other side, who made this possible. Rob.
Thank you, Jano. It's time to get back to work. I'd like to start by thanking Jano and Governor Hochul for your leadership and support. It means the world to us. I would also like to thank the negotiating team, who did an incredible job under extremely difficult circumstances, and the whole MTA team putting together this tremendous contingency plan and the communication plan as well to get the word out and provide as best service as we could. And as we saw this morning, I think it went pretty well, so they did a magnificent job. And also, I'd like to thank the riders for their patience. We always had them front of mind. We always wanted to protect them, and we're going to get back to work and provide the great service that we do. So beginning at 12 p.m. tomorrow, hourly train service will operate on our 4 main branches with electric train service. And that is our Port Washington branch, our Huntington branch, our Ronkonkoma branch, and our Babylon branches. This will be followed by full PM peak service on all our branches, including diesel service. We have talked to the labor organizations, and we will both do everything that we can, the riders have our word, to get service back up and running with the great on-time performance we run, the reliability and the safety that we provide every single day. I remind customers to please check the Train Time app and our website for the most up-to-date schedule information, but you have to give us some time to get the information uploaded. It's a very fluid situation. So just remember, tomorrow morning there will be the normal contingency bus service into the city in the morning, but for the evening rush hour, there will be train service for our loyal customers. Thank you.
Okay, we have time for just a couple questions. Peter, you want to take this off?
Sure, yeah. You said that the deal is going to preserve affordability. Can you talk about what terms were agreed to? Were there changes in work rules? What percent was the raise? Yeah.
What we wanted to do this evening was just simply announce that we had secured an agreement, which was important to allow people to get back to work using the Long Island Railroad. We're not at liberty to disclose all the details because it still has to be ratified by the members of the unions, and that's important. So the details were revealed. I think they have to be approved at a future MTA board meeting. Yeah. Is the proper protocols. So we'll make sure everybody receives them. But I want to make very clear, the trains will be running. We'll not be raising taxes to cover the cost of an increase for the workers, and we're not going to raise fares to make the accommodations either. So those were our objectives. We achieved them. So tonight is a good night.
Can you explain a little bit about why it takes a little bit of time to resume normal service and what goes into bringing back service after a shutdown like this?
Well, there's mandatory inspections we have to do both on the right-of-way and our rolling stop equipment that are federally mandated, as I said. We also have to begin the process of getting the employees back on the property and fitting them into their schedules. We also need to get the equipment to the right location so we can provide the service. So there's a lot that takes place. I mean, we actually even need the crew dispatchers to get on the property to call employees out for open jobs and whatnot. So there's a lot of work that goes into it, and we're going to provide service rather quickly with everything that needs to take place.
Will there be full service?
I'm sorry?
How soon will that whole process begin?
Right away. We've talked to the labor organizations. As I mentioned, they gave us our word. We'll work together collaboratively to get the place up and running. They're just as committed as we are to get the railroad running again.
Will there be full service on those 4 main branches beginning at tomorrow or sometime later?
Beginning at 12 p.m., it will only be the 4 main branches, the Babylon branch, the Port Washington branch, the Huntington branch, and the Ronkonkoma branch, electric service only. All the other branches will have no service. Once the rush hour begins, about 4 p.m., we'll have service on all branches, including diesel service. So full service at 4 p.m. on all branches system-wide.
Will be the normal schedule?
Normal weekday schedule.
Any other questions, guys?
All right. Ida, do you have a question?
No, I'm good.
Will
Sure.
there be more buses since people are going to be able to take a train home? Will there be more buses to bring people into the city?
Yes. We're going to have exactly the same busing plan that we rolled out and we communicated to the public over the weekend, and that was in effect today.
If the wages go up and there are no new taxes and there's no increase in fare, where's the money coming from?
The whole point was that we needed to find ways that we could give people fair raises, but also structure it in a way that didn't blow the MTA's budget. We got it done. I wouldn't be standing here if we hadn't found those answers.
Thank you, everybody.
Governor, does
Thanks.
this mean that
Thanks.
money will be coming out of the state budget to cover this?
Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely not.
Is it no fares before the election or no fares after the election?
This has been breaking news.